Let me also throw out another word that shows up in this text, which is very significant. It's the word unanimity. What we learn in D&C 107 is God commands these quorums to work in unanimity, to be unanimous in their decisions. Now, this is a very significant word. This actually means one, and then this word here means spirit or mind. So literally what we're talking about is to act with one spirit and one mind. And if you look at how the church operates and how these quorums operate, they spend quite a bit of time deliberating in council, talking and discussing. And they don't make decisions until they've become of one spirit and one mind. Because God himself is of one spirit and one mind. The Godhead is ultimately unified in its purpose. And God asks and expects the quorums of the church to do the same, as the members should be as well.
This is a really powerful concept, because some people have wondered, why does it sometimes take the church so long to make certain adjustments? I think the reality is, until God has made it clear to every member of that first presidency in the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, those earth-shattering or major changes aren't going to occur, which sometimes might require a longer period of time in order to get to that unanimous decision as a collective quorum of prophets, seers, and revelators. And there's great safety in that, yes. that we're not tossed about by every wind of doctrine that blows, and that they don't just stick their wet finger in the air to see which direction the cultural winds are blowing and say, okay, let's go that way. There's safety in being a little more methodical and a little more careful before we throw out previous practices or previous ideas and just jump on a bandwagon.
Well, the problem would also be if you basically had political parties in the church and different apostles were vying for power and like, here's my doctrine, and another apostle says, here's my doctrine. They're building their own kingdoms. And God is saying, this is my kingdom, and I want you to be unified with me, and it can take a while. You can see this in friendships and in wards and families, that it can take a while through discussion and learning experience to become unified around certain things. God expects that, and frankly, without that process, we do not learn how to become God. If all of it was is God just reveals all the truth and everybody is forced to all see the same thing at the same time, that actually wrecks the whole plan and purpose of this plan of salvation, the whole purpose of why we fought a war in heaven, to maintain our agency. And God is extremely willing to be patient, to wait for unanimity.